These are the 15 most popular mods that were released or updated in the last month. Starting off with the Map Mod Manager. This is a tool for managing and organizing your map mods. With a cell grid display, you can identify conflicts between maps. Whether you're curating a fine collection of maps, checking your current subscriptions for conflicts, or expanding your map collection, Map Mod Manager is the tool to help you do it. Once you enable it in the mods, you will see the main menu is updated, and now there is a button that you can click, and it will show you the map. So you can see here every single map mod that I've subscribed to personally, but you can also search through every single map mod that has been created for this game. And there is over 800, so you are very spoilt for choice. So if I just click a few, you'll see them appear on the map and the cell that they are assigned to. You can also see the dependencies that each map has, and you can turn them on or off with one click. I'll select a few and see if there's any that collide. So as you can see, I've selected a bunch, and we have a red tile, which means there is a collision between the arena and Billionaire's safe house. So now you know to turn off one of those. So while conflicting maps turn red, if they conflict with a vanilla map, they appear yellow. Purple cells are map mods without conflicts, green and blue cells are vanilla maps. Now this is an incredibly useful mod, especially for those that have a big stack of maps. With this manager, it'll be a lot easier to deal with. If you want to check it out along with the rest of the mods in this video, the mod collection will be in the description. Next up we have, hold on a minute actually, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe, it'll be greatly appreciated. On to the next one, we have this 91 Ford Ltd Crown Victoria / Country Squire. This is one of the most iconic police cars ever. It comes in many police variants with classic light bars, civilian Ltd, and the Country Squire station wagon too. Police cars have a gun rack, civilian cars roof rack, and they all share most of the same parts. At number 3, we have the Total Immersive Chat System. And this is a full rework of the chat system and radio system made with RP servers in mind. Now seeing as I have no friends or no server to play on, I'll be showing you footage from the incredible developer of this mod. So this comes with a chat window redesign with general, out of character, PMs and admin messages, a whole bunch of chat commands with whispers, yells, faction, safe house, out of character and such. And all your messages can be changed to any colour you'd like. Could also roll a dice. You can test out the range with the range indicator. Same goes with the radios, and that depends on the volume of the radio. And my favourite feature are the awesome speech bubbles, which are also shown even when the speaker is off screen but in range. The character portraits could be of your character, custom portraits, your Steam avatar, or any PNG image you'd like. And finally, a very nice feature of Discord integration, synchronizing a Discord chat with the radio frequency of your choice, which is actually very cool. I have no real use for this mod at the minute, being a bit of a solo warrior, but I do genuinely hope I join a server one day that has this mod because it is actually very cool. I love RP in other games, so I can imagine it's also great in this. Next up is Saint Outfit, a very simple mod that adds a nun's dress and hat, and you can find nun zombies near churches, although they are pretty rare. They do offer some defense and speed modifiers, but we all know why we want this. And that is because that is absolute drip. Holy. This outfit car combo goes crazy. If I ever do a pacifist run, I am absolutely wearing this. Number 5 is Visual Sounds. And as the name suggests, this mod lets you see sounds with visual indicators. Whether that's because you can't hear the game, or simply think it will come in useful. It will show situational awareness, zombies above and below, zombie behavior, cars, electronics and home appliances, alarms, and a few other things, which can all be turned on or off in the visual sound options. Traits have an effect on this too, with keen hearing giving a 20% increase of detection radius, hard of hearing giving a 20% decrease of detection radius, deaf won't detect any sounds. This isn't a mod I feel I'll need to use, but I can imagine it has some good use cases. You can see the colour changes depending on the distance of zombies. Starts from a green going all the way to red as we get closer. Next up is Totally's improved Scavenged Firearms. And this mod adds a collection of post-apocalyptic themed firearms to be found or brought back to life across the ruins of Knox County. In addition, the mod adds in both a new weapon crafting system, letting the player find repairable weapons across Knox County, and repair them into working firearms, as well as a new ammunition crafting system, allowing users to make gunpowder and bullets. Although the rounds you create will be less effective than the ones you will loot. So the guns added are the Scavenged Revolver, the Scavenged M16, the Scavenged M14, the Mardeus, a cut-down M2 Browning converted into a 12-gauge automatic shotgun, the Gorilla Slamfire Shotgun, the Scavenged AMD, the Scavenged AKM, the Kalash, and the Scavenged Krynik. You can right-click on the weapon and convert it to post-outbreak ammo in order to use that handmade ammo that you craft. And if you do that, you can simply revert it doing the same thing. They all have the option to change the fire mode to single fire also. There's also the option to break up all the different rounds to get the gunpowder. And honestly, every single one of these guns looks so cool. At number 7 is Spiffophonic Sound Lite. This awesome mod adds 160 plus new interaction and UI sounds for radios, boomboxes, record players, portable music players, and VCRs. It's simple mods like these that add so much to the immersion, and all of these sounds fit in so well you'd think they're in vanilla. I'd love to see a mod that adds sounds for almost every action, but I do realise how massive of a job that would be. But surely the devs will incorporate that into the base game eventually, or at least I hope. Next up is Simple Player Stats Bars, and this mod adds a handy interface to display your character's stats, allowing for better management of their condition. The HUD is designed to be unobtrusive, fading out automatically to ensure it doesn't block your view during gameplay. It's fully customizable, you can choose which information to show or hide, and with the shortcut F7 you can toggle its visibility. And for me, being able to toggle it on and off is huge, because I'm someone who likes a very free screen with as little clutter as possible. Even when it's faded, I feel like it gets in the way, so just being able to turn it on and off with a button makes this a very nice mod to have. Hovering over it will make it appear fully, and you can click and drag anywhere you want, and right-clicking anywhere to configure it to your preference. What I really like is it does show you some things that you otherwise wouldn't know, such as drunkenness and sanity. This is a super handy mod that is worth getting, and if you're like me and don't like things taking up your screen space, the ability to toggle it on and off is there, so I definitely recommend checking it out. Next up we have Jordan's Tailoring buff, and this mod adds 2 new features. The ability to modify clothing, allowing clothing with 3D models which contain multiple textures to be changed to your desired one at the cost of 1 thread, and the ability to dye clothes that have tint enabled. This will cost 1 use out of the dye pack. So to dye your clothes, you'll need to be level 6 tailoring or above, have a dye pack that you can find around the world, and then right click on the item of clothing, go to dye, and pick your selected colour. I'll go for a nice sky blue. And there we go. Easy as that. It also gives you the option to preview before you actually dye it, so you can have a look, make sure you made the right choice. And an example of the other feature is this hard hat. If you right click it, you can modify the clothing texture. And this will use some thread. So we'll go for hard hat white. And that used 2 thread. Overall, a pretty simple mod, but one that could come in handy for you fashion buffs out there. Maybe you like a different coloured shirt for every day of the week, but don't have much wardrobe space. Well, this is the mod for you. At number 10 is New Ellroy, a quaint American town once home to a thriving community, now lies abandoned and forgotten. Its residents turn to shambling zomboids, and their homes left to decay among the overgrowth and eerie silence. Located northwest of Rosewood, this map includes shops, a police station, medical centre, schools, gas station, a variety of homes, campsites, forests and foraging zones, a ranger cabin and much more. This spot feels like it fits into vanilla very well and doesn't conflict with any other map mods. In a typically quite empty area, this is a great addition. I also really love how the river runs through this town in multiple directions. Although I'm not sure what's going on with this graveyard. I don't think it knows itself. Although this is probably an issue on my end, and a reinstall will probably fix that, as I'm sure this would have been addressed already. Next up is Doubter Quarantine Zone, another map mod set in an old industrial factory located near Riverside that was converted into a military quarantine zone during the early days of the outbreak. The factory was soon overrun by the undead and now stands abandoned. Explore the remnants of military barricades, decaying buildings, and a dangerous environment filled with zombies. A super cool looking area, and just what you'd expect. That huge factory would make an awesome base, as would this whole thing. If you could clear out this whole thing, you have an amazing base on your hands. Super secure with these huge fences and just the one entrance. You've got a massive area to work with and a very cool factory to make your home. It unfortunately doesn't show on the minimap just yet, but this is where it's located. And at the entrance we have this very cool little area. You've got the military zombies spawning here too for that great loot. I'll let you explore for yourself, but as you can imagine, being a military zone, there's some very good loot inside these buildings. I will steal this car and we'll check out the main attraction. And look at this for a jackpot. An absolutely stacked warehouse. This place is definitely worth checking out. Up next is Weaponsmith, Weapon Enchancement. And this mod adds a new crafting system that allows you to sharpen and repair your weapons using previously worthless jewellery and duplicate weapons. The features include a new Weaponsmith skill tree, weapon sharpening system to increase damage, weapon repair system using jewellery and duplicate weapons, 2 interactive menus for sharpening and repairing, and a craftable sharpening workbench. To craft a sharpening workbench, you'll need nails, a screwdriver and hammer. And the way sharpening works is by right-clicking the table, use sharpening table, and you'll see here your weapons. A higher weaponsmith skill level unlocks greater damage bonuses, and you can progressively improve your weapons as you level up. You'll see here they require leather strips to do so. So let's sharpen our crowbar, which has pretty low damage. And now that has been increased by 10%. And to sharpen it again, we would need level 2 weaponsmith, and so on. To access the weapon repair, we see the repair button up here. If you click that, it will open a separate window. And as my baseball bat is on 66% condition, we have the option to repair it in here. So I have a spare baseball bat and a bunch of jewellery, which can all be used to repair my current one. So the condition is 10 out of 15, and each one shows you how much you will add. So these should add +3, making it 13. And there we go. And to be efficient, we would use this +2. And now our baseball bat is at 100% condition. Jewellery was pointless before, apart from the style points it gave you, but now this actually gives it a good use. So if you do win the lottery and find a katana, you don't have to worry about breaking it as much, as repairing it is pretty simple with this. And the last point I'll touch on is the weaponsmith skill, and that affects the maximum sharpening bonus available for weapons and the quality of the sharpening process. But this does not affect weapon repair, that'll be the same for every player. I feel like this mod could be a little bit overpowered and should maybe require a bit more jewellery for repairs. But either way, it's definitely a very interesting mod that I'm sure many of you would like to check out. Let me know down below what you think. At 13 is Open and Eat Canned Food. And the name is very straight to the point, as this mod lets you open and eat canned food with one click. As long as you have a can opener in your inventory, then you will have the option to right click on any canned food item to open and eat it. And then your can opener will be returned to whichever container it came from. I'm actually very surprised this mod wasn't created sooner. Definitely long overdue, but simple quality of life mods like this do go a long way, and I'm sure some of you will be happy with this one. At number 14, we have Architect. This allows you to create blueprints, build from blueprints, and share blueprints. So to get started, you'll need a sheet of paper and a pencil. Then you'll go into crafting, and you'll have the option to create a blueprint. And then you can enter any building of your choice, right click, and you'll have the option for Architect, save blueprint, save it as whatever you'd like, subscribe. And now we have our subscribe blueprint. Although we don't really need one, it's pretty simple, you just click the button down below. But the next step is to go to your desired location. I'll go out here, next door. Right click, Architect, place building. Do a little light planning and reading, and voila! You have duplicated your home. I did it a little close, so it's kind of bugged out. Although it actually works fairly well. I feel like this mod has a few limited use cases. In a standard single player world, you're not really going to go around duplicating houses, but if you're on a server and making a map, this could definitely come in handy. Although it's definitely not advised to do huge buildings such as the Louisville Mall. That is just asking for your computer to explode. I'm definitely pushing it here, but I'm going to give it a go with this fire department. Although I might need them to come and put out the fire my PC is about to set. Let's hope for the best. Fire. Okay, well, it's not actually letting me place it down. That's probably a good thing. But hey, at least I tried. And last but not least, we have Nuclear Future, an experimental nuclear reactor. And you know what they say, save the best for last. And this looks like one of the coolest mods I've ever seen. In this mod, the survivors of the apocalypse can restart an abandoned experimental nuclear power plant and fill the lost city with light again. The way to get there is not easy and requires researching for rare items throughout the city, improving your skills, crafting, and repairing system components. A careless approach to this responsibility can lead to a super disaster that not only you will regret. Now that just sounds so cool. It's not often we get such game-changing mods that add some real purpose to the game, especially as cool as this. So kudos to the creator of this mod. This mod introduces several exciting new elements to the game. A Nuclear Future map adds a new location at Sal 2841. A dedicated spawn location for the new content. The game mechanics include global power, power plant simulation, including maintenance and a facility security system, realistic consequences for player actions. There are custom tiles with unique objects, pictures, text, etc., all integrated into the environment. Items include new textures and models, which feature an in-game map, components, literature, and more. There's additional crafting options, dynamic spawning of new items, easy to use graphic interfaces for interacting with the new mechanics, a handy reference to help players navigate the new features with an in-game guide, custom audio effects to enhance immersion, and dynamic difficulty options, which scale to support solo or multiplayer. Just look at the sheer size of this place. It looks so cool, man. What a base this would be. Just look how cool this thing is, man. That looks amazing. Honestly, the creators did a great job with this, man. This is absolutely one of the most ambitious mods I've ever seen for this game, so I'm super excited about this. Mods like this give the player a real purpose with a great payoff, and something to actually work towards, considering the lack of endgame material at this point of the game. If you guys are also excited, leave a like. Thank you all for watching, have a great day, I'll see you in the next one, and peace.